Hello and welcome along to round 7 of ETGT League. We are at the high speed ring in Japan for the final sprint round of the season. So there's 2 races here at the high speed ring. There'll be 10 laps each. They're going to be pretty quick around the high speed ring, thus its name I guess. It's the final race in Japan before we head to Australia for the final round of the season. So in round 6 we forgot to go over some stewards notes from the previous round to that, which was round 5 at Laguna Seca. Jordan Crane and Solomon had some incidents in race 2, and Jordan Crane received a 5-second penalty for his incident with Solomon at the corkscrew in race 2. So Peter and Bazza went up some positions, points changed, and all the liveries were in compliance with the regulations, which is good to know. So let's have a look at the points table here, and Harry Ryan is still in the lead with 206 points, just ahead of Aidan Hamilton with 193 points. Then you've got Chris Padajak there in 3rd. Down in 7th and 8th position, Jordan Crane and Solomon, after all the stewards inquiries and the last race and this and that, they have 66 points each. And as we look at the team standings quickly, Team 53 have a pretty big lead against Coca-Cola Racing in 2nd and Hungry Jacks Racing down there in 3rd position. And in the manufacturers, Chevrolet with 378 points, a fair bit ahead of Mercedes, but still a bit to play for there. But not as tight as Ford and Jaguar with 3rd and 4th position separated by less than 10 points. So it looks like the drivers are ready to go for race 1. Let's head down to the grid and see how they lined up after qualifying.
We're down here on the grid at high speed ring. Let's see how the drivers line up after qualifying for race 1. And in pole position, for Team 53, Aidan Hamilton driving the Chevrolet Corvette. And in 2nd place, Peter Dongo in car number 53, locking out the front row for Team 53. In 3rd place for Coca-Cola Racing and your championship leader, Harry Ryan. 4th position, and the pole sitter in the last round, Mitchell Colin in the Ford Mustang. 5th place and making his return to ETGT after a couple of rounds off, James Persh. 6th place, Chris Padajak in the Burger King Racing Jaguar. 7th position, Stephen Shadlow in the BWT Rockstar Energy Corvette. 8th place, Trent Fuller in the Castrol Racing entry. 9th position, Jordan Crane in the 3rd Mustang on the grid for Monster Energy Racing. 10th place, Chris Turnbull in the 2nd Rockstar BWT Energy Racing Corvette entry. Jeez, that was a mouthful. In 11th position, Bazza in the Jaguar Racing entry. That is a great livery, isn't it? 12th position, Bazza in the Team Green BMW. And rounding out the grid in last place, Andy Waite in the Team Green car. Well, that's how the drivers line up for race 1. Let's go back to the commentary box, which is just right up there, and catch all the action. It's the 4th and final sprint round of the season here at the high speed ring. It's race 1 of 2. Let's see how the drivers get off the line as the lights go out. Oh, it looks like Chris Padajak got the best reaction there. Look, he's already passed Richard Collin off the line as Aidan Hamilton leads the pack into the first bank corner. Look at the beautiful shot of the pack there. We've got 3-4 wide going into the first bank turn. And Aidan Hamilton leads ahead of his teammate Peter Dongo and Harry Ryan. And Chris Padajak has moved into 4th ahead of Richard Collin. And Chase Porsche is there, also at 6th position, as we head into the hardest braking zone of the track. Well, it looks like they all keep it clean relatively nicely there. Aidan Hamilton leads ahead of Peter Dongo. Oh, is Harry Ryan going to make a move here? Looks like he's side by side with the Team 53 car. Oh, he makes a move on the outside. Yes, because he's going to have the inside corner here and he's going to make it stick. As we head into the tunnel section here, we'll look down the pack with Peter Dongo, Chase Porsche in 4th. Oh, he's hit the wall. Oh, I hope everyone tried to avoid him there. It looks like they have. With Trent Fuller alongside Chase as we head into the last corner. bank turn. Look, the 3-4 wide going into the corner. Oh, look at that. Trent Fuller has hit Stephen Shadlow. Oh, and he's sent Chris into the wall. Oh, the Burger King Hungry Jack's car is able to continue somehow. Oh, he's in last position. He finds himself in last as we head into lap 2. And Aidan Harden has a bit of a gap now with his teammate, with Harry Ryan just behind, and Trent Fuller in 4th position after shoving his way through the pack there. He just finds himself in front of Mitchell Collin. Trent Fuller is the lead Mustang driver as we head into the braking zone. And he stays ahead of Mitchell Collins in 4th position. Stephen Shadlow in 6th place. Oh, and one of the team green cars there, looks like it's Bazza, hit the wall. Oh, he's side by side with Chase Porsche there. Look, they're going 3 wide as they head into the S's. Oh, Chase and Steve getting good together there. It's right on board with Bazza. We'll have a great view of this on the roof cam. There's Steve and Chase just ahead. You can see Trent Fuller in 4th still. Oh, he's side by side with Stephen Shadlow. He's going to make it stick into the last turner. Yes, they're all a bit neater through there. As we head into lap 3, this race is going to go very quick. As the name suggests, there are high speeds here at this track. So this race is going to go very quickly. A lot of slipstreaming going on there. And Aidan Harden still leads ahead of Peter Dongo, ahead of Harry Ryan, ahead of Richard Collin. Yes, so Richard Collins back in 4th place and finds himself ahead of Trent Fuller. And then Chase Porsche rounding up the top 6. Oh, Trent's going for the move there. Oh yeah, gets a bit argy-bargy with Chase. And he tries to keep his position. This allows Bazza to come through. Is he going to get the move done on Chase? Oh, he has a look. But no, he keeps it. Keeps it in 7th. So we've got Chris Turnbull there, in 8th position. Ahead of Fezza, who's made up a couple of places. And he's ahead of Stephen Shadlow, who's ahead of Jordan Crane, who's ahead of Andy Waite, who was ahead of Chris Padajek, who was still trying to recover from that big accident in the first turn, in the first lap in the last turn, the one that we're going through right now. So he's not that far behind. There's a few laps to go. We'll see how much he can make up as we head into lap 4. And Aidan Harden is still in the lead ahead of Peter Dongo. Pretty much the same story it was the last race. In control, in charge, and Harry Ryan's chasing him. Not much is going to happen, it seems. But Harry Ryan is looking very close now on Peter Dongo. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. He had much better exit out of that turn. And he's way ahead. Oh, but he's left the gap open. Is Peter Dongo gonna get the move done? Oh, but he's got the better line through this corner, so perhaps not. Yeah, see, it's all good there. All good there for the championship leader. And he can concentrate on chasing down Captain Muffin, who is not that far in front. As he goes through the last turn to start lap 5. Already at the halfway point of this race, pretty much. And Richard Collin there in 4th place ahead of Bazza, who's made up a few positions. Finds himself ahead of Chase, who's ahead of Trent. And Fezza in 8th position has found himself ahead of Chris Turnbull. Oh, Chase lining up a pass on Bazza there. Maybe he can do something into the braking zone. It's right on board of the CP Motorsports entry. Oh, he's got the toe. He's going to brake late. He's going to go for the move. Oh, yes, he is. Oh, he's dug it in there. Oh, he's hit though. They've had a bit of an accident. And Bazza finds himself ahead of Richard Collins somehow through all that. Oh, Chase getting very close there. He's showing good speed. He's got a good points paying position at the moment, and he is in a battle with Colin Racer Team in the standings as well in the CP Motorsports. They'll be looking to get past his rival, who's just ahead of him as they go into the last turn. Oh, this is going to be very interesting. Chase is going to have a brilliant slipstream through here with 2 cars in front of him. Oh, a bit of wall riding is there. So Mitchell's got the run of Bazza here as we start lap 6. That was an easy move there. Is Bazza going to get him back though? Hit the braking zone? Probably not. Let's see what Chase does. He's going to make the move stick this time on Bazza. Oh, they touch again. And Bazza stays ahead. But they're side by side going into the turn. Riding on board with Chase again. Oh no. He was ahead of Bazza. We saw him in his mirrors, but no, he's got to bit the line through here. No, he's gone wide. It's allowed Bazza to go on the inside. But Chase still finds himself. Got squeezed there in the tunnel. Or a bit of a ride there with the CP Motorsport entry. But he's still at a solid position, 6th place. Trent Fuller just behind him. Let's see what's happening with Chris Padajak. Alright, so he's in 11th place. He's made up 2 positions. Not quite in the points yet. Stephen Shadlow's just ahead, so that'll be his next target. Now, fuel is marginal for some people at this track. So, some people will be trying to save fuel. Some people may have strategies already in play. But because you're on full throttle for such a long portion of the lap, it makes sense that fuel could be marginal for some of these people. Is that an overtake going on there? Yes, so Chase, 6th place there, ahead of Trent. Looked like there was a bit of action going on. You can see the side of Chase's car. It's all dinted and banged up. There's Chris Turnbull goes a bit wide there. It's 4 cars battling for 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th positions. This is quite a good scrap here actually. Right on board with Fezza. He has a good view of all the action here. Chris Turnbull just behind him. So he's taking a good line through there. He's got more speed, but Trent's in the way. It's like he's giving Trent a bit of a boost. They have a drag race down the straight. Right on board with Fezza for the banked corner. He's not quite fast enough to get in front of Trent. But he's going to make a stick here because he's got the inside line. Yes, he is. So Trent tucks in behind. Is he going to do a daring move down into the braking zone? No, but Chris Turnbull is. Wow. Saying hello there to Trent. Didn't make the move stick, unfortunately. And Chase still leads this pack. 6th place. With Bazza a few seconds ahead there. Finds himself just behind Mitchell Collin, actually. Bazza showing some good speed here in the BMW. As we head through the tunnel onto the second last lap of the race. And Bazza there's gone a bit wide. He's hugging the wall. It's gonna lose him a bit of time, unfortunately. I was hoping he would tuck behind Mitchell and get a bit of the slipstream going there, but not to be. So Chase in 6th place ahead of Fezza, who's just behind him. 7th. There's a bit of a gap with Trent Fuller, and Chris Turnbull's looking to sneak behind and get the slipstream. Look at that. Fezza's got the move done on Chase on lap 9 for 6th place. The Chase is right there. See, he's tucking right in. He's definitely going to try get a move done on the brakes. Yeah, it's tight. Look at that. Yes. Chase tried, but it wasn't to be. Now he's absolutely smoking. Trent Fuller's going to make a pass for him now. He tries, but Chase trying to get the position back. It's all good. Trent Fuller keeps the position. He's in 7th place. I think Chase might have had a bit of damage there actually with the hit on the wall. That was a daring move though. Chase ahead of Chris Turnbull and Stephen Shadlow. So Steve and Chris bringing out the minor points paying positions. Look at that, Jordan Crane has got himself ahead of Chris Padajak. Chris is just not having a good race at all. He's going to score no points. That's not good for his championship. As we come onto the last lap, and we'll just refresh ourselves of the leagues here for a bit. So Harry Ryan in 2nd place, chasing down the leader, Aidan Halton. And these guys are in a class of their own. Is Peter Dongo sliding through there. Oh, yeah, that wasn't great. That wasn't great. So Mitchell Collin a few seconds behind. He's maintained the gap to Bazza there in 5th place. Fezza in 6th position. Oh, someone spun at the back there. Chris Turnbull's having some problems, it looks like. Oh, we're hearing reports that his teammate actually hit him. I'll have to look at that on the replays, I think. And here comes Captain Muffin. We missed him last round at the finish line, and we'll make sure we get him here as he crosses the line after 10 laps ahead of Harry Ryan to win the first race at High Speed Ring. Harry Ryan takes 2nd place for Coca-Cola Racing. Peter Dongo rounds out the podium. Team 53 getting a double podium there. Richard Collin in 4th place, the Bundaberg entry squad. And Bazza comes home in 5th, just ahead of Bazza. And look at the back there, a couple of the cars are losing fuel. So Jordan Crane in 7th position, chasing 8th. Look, Trent Fuller's going really slow there. Chris Padajak just passed him actually. So he's going to finish in 9th place, just behind Chase. And yeah, so those 3 have all run out of fuel. Trent Fuller crawling over the line for the last point position. Stephen Shadlow and Andy Waite with no fuel, just making it across the line. And Chris Turnbull's just stuck there, halfway across the lap, with no fuel as well after that incident. And he'll come home in 13th place. Eventually. The BWT and Rockstar Energy getting some good exposure here on the cool down lap. Or is he just going to park it into the pits? Yes, into the pits.
Well, what an exciting race that was, with Aidan Hutton just taking the victory ahead of Harry Ryan there, and Peter Dongo falling behind just a little bit towards the end of that race there, but he finishes in 3rd position. Ahead of Mitchell Collin in 4th, and Bazza finishes in 5th. Well, that was a disaster of a race for Chris Padajak, who finishes in 9th after that first lap collision there with Trent Fuller and Stephen Shadlow, who both ran out of fuel towards the end of that race there. As we just look and confirm the points here, so pole position and fastest lap goes to Aidan Halden. He gets the bonus points there. Now, before we get to race 2, here's a quick message from this round's sponsor, Custom Cum Rags. You can pre-order your custom cum rag at customcumrags.com, and for a limited time only, if you buy a large Angry Whopper meal with onion rings, spicy sauce, and a large Coca-Cola, you will receive a free custom cum rag. This offer is only available at Craigieburn Hungry Jacks. Well, it's almost time for race 2 here at the High Speed Ring. Let's see how the drivers line up after qualifying, which was a little bit controversial, with reports of some of the drivers apparently wall riding at turn 2.
The sun is setting here at the High Speed Ring, and it's race 2 of round 7. And after a very interesting qualifying session, let's see how the grid lines up. We have Stephen Shadlow on pole position from BWT Rockstar Energy Racing, and his teammate in 2nd position to lock out the front row, Chris Turnbull. In 3rd place, Aidan Halton for Team 53, and his teammate in 4th place, Car 53, Peter Dongo. 5th position, Harry Ryan for Coca-Cola Racing, and in 6th place, and one of his best qualifying positions of the season, I believe, Bazza for Team Green. In 7th position, Jace Persh for CP Motorsports. 8th place, and quite a low position for Mitchell Collin there in the Bundaberg Racing entry. But even worse, in 9th place, with Chris Padajak here for the Burger King Jaguar car. And in 10th place, Fezza for Jaguar Racing. Once again, that livery is beautiful. 11th place, Trent Fuller for the Castrol Racing entry. 12th position, Jordan Crane in the last Mustang on the grid. And last on the grid, Andy Waite That's how the drivers line up for race 2 on the grid. Let's take you back to the commentary box and catch all the action. As the sun sets down here at High Speed Ring, race 2 is about to begin of round 7. Let's see who gets off the line. Oh, and we're off. Oh, Bazza just doesn't get off the line there, it seems, as Stephen Shadlow and Chris Turnbull are trying to fend off Captain Muffin and Peter Dongo. Team 53 versus Team BWT as we head into the first bank curve, and Captain Muffin looks like he's made some position there, and it looks like he's in the lead again. Yes, he is. So everyone's sorting themselves out, it seems. Harry Ryan finds himself in 3rd place. Oh, he's just hit one of the BWT cars there, though, as the pack comes up to the first braking zone. Oh, let's see if they all keep it clean. Oh, one of the cars has stood off there. Oh, Harry Ryan got a bit tricky too. Oh, but the 3 leaders have gone away cleanly. Oh, look at the pack there as we head across the bridge. Let's just sit back and watch this for a bit. We're right aboard Trent Fuller. Oh, and Richard Collins sliding there. Oh, he was next to Jordan Crane. The 3 Mustangs getting a bit dicey there. Oh, and Mitchell just pushing Bazza across the side. To the corner. I'll take that, thanks. What a biff and barge going on here in lap 1. The Trent Fuller finds himself in 5th place, just behind Chris Padajak and ahead of Richard Collins. Oh, look at Jordan Crane was making a move there. Oh, and he's hit the wall. Oh, and he gets in the way of Bazza as well. And Fez is making a move there with everyone else getting in trouble as we come up to lap 2 of 10, and Captain Muffin finds himself in the lead ahead of Peter Dongo, who is getting overtaken by Harry Ryan. Yes, oh, Harry Ryan is split Team 53. Look at the top 3, they're separated by nothing. Oh, we'll stay on board with this. Oh, Harry Ryan's in the lead. Oh, how have you done that? Oh, Captain Muffin's got the inside. Well, no, he has got the inside, but Harry Ryan's still got the lead. Oh, and Peter Dongo's in 2nd. Aiden Halden in 3rd. Look at Chris Padajak, he's trying to catch up to this pack too. He senses a bit of an opportunity. Does the Burger King racing driver. We're right on board on the roof camp here. So sitting just behind Captain Muffin on lap 2. Oh, he's ahead of Mitchell Collin and Trent Fuller, and Fezzer in the background there too. Oh, and Chris Padajak looks like he got a decent exit and he's catching up to Aiden Halden. The Harry Ryan in 1st just ahead of us here as we head into lap 3. And here is your lead pack. Chris Padajak chasing Aiden Halton, who's chasing his teammate Peter Dongo, who is getting a slipstream of Harry Ryan, your championship leader, in 1st, and he has the fastest lap at the moment too. Let's watch and see what happens. Mitchell Collins trying to catch up to this pack in the background there. Oh, they're all keeping it clean. So Aiden Halden will want to try and catch up and, get past his teammates who can attack Harry Ryan. I wonder if there'll be any team orders in play here. Or if these guys will be allowed to race. So Peter Dongo still just behind Harry Ryan. We'll see if he catches the slipstream. Looks like his teammate's trying to catch a slipstream on him though. A much better race for Chris Padajak here, who got taken out at the corner we're going through in race 1. Finds himself just outside the podium position, and there goes Aiden Halton in front of his team boss and teammate Peter Dongo. Well, they don't want to fight too much, otherwise Harry Ryan's just going to sail off into the distance, as he likes to do. Especially in Formula 1 racing as well. So Chris Padajak in 4th position, Mitchell Collin in 5th. Trent Fuller doing well there in 6th, keeping up with the lead Mustang driver there in the championship. Scoring some solid points hopefully. Taking it nicely through the bank corner there. There's a nice big crowd here at the High Speed Ring to watch the action unfold. Oh, and someone riding the wall there in the background. As we'll see Bazza and Fezzer. These two having some good battles on the track in the last few races. Fezzer just behind the BMW M3 there. As we're going to lap 4. So there's battles going on throughout the field. We don't know where to where to focus on. So a feather in 8th with Steve Shadow in 9th, and Andy Waite finds himself in a points-paying position here in 10th. He's doing well there for Team Green. And Chase Porsche there, not doing so well for CP Motorsports. Something must have happened there earlier in the race, and he finds himself out of the points. With Chris Turnbull in a similar position, it seems, and Jordan Crane bringing up the rear of the pack. Let's go to the front of the pack though, with Harry Ryan, and oh, look at that, Harry Ryan and Captain Muffin side by side as we go into the turn. Oh, Harry Ryan scraping the wall, he'll just get away with that. Well, Captain Muffin right next to him. Let's ride the board of Harry Ryan here. Well, this is going to slot in just behind Captain Muffin, it seems. Peter Dongo sitting a little bit back, and Chris Padjack a little bit further as well. So we're halfway through the race. So Captain Muffin's found himself in first position again. But I don't think Harry Ryan's going to give up that easily though. He'll fight back. The Mercedes has got some big pace against the Corvette as we head down to start lap 6, and Harry Ryan is definitely trying to sense an opportunity to pass. Is he going to do it in the braking zone, I wonder? Oh no, he's going to do it into the first turn. They're going to go side by side. Oh, it's a drag race. They're still side by side. Oh, Aiden Harden slots just behind. Probably gets a little bit of slipstream. Oh, he gets out again, slots in, goes on the inside. Who's going to win out? Who's going to win out? Oh, they go side by side into the turn. Oh, Harry Ryan takes the outside line and he keeps it. He keeps the position. What a move. That could be the race-winning move there. Oh, Harry Ryan got his shoulders out, saying, "No, this is my championship. This is my race. You're going to have to fight for this, buddy." It's Team 53 stalking Coca-Cola Racing. And Captain Muffin, I wonder if he's going to do the same thing to Harry. Does he sense an opportunity here? Let's sit behind him. Obviously, he's not quite tucked up behind the Mercedes, but he's close enough. We'll follow him through the next few turns and we'll see what happens out of this battle. So he's itching closer. He's getting the slipstream. Slowly. Oh, and Harry Ryan defending his position. Is Aiden going to take the outside, the inside? Is he not going to try anything? No, he's just going to sit back. Oh, he takes a slightly different line through the turn. I see Harry Ryan takes a bit of a wider line there. As we're heading to the S's, do they take a similar line through here? Yes, they follow each other through. Oh, Aiden's probably a little bit sharper through there, but Harry Ryan gets a good exit as well. Let's see what they do through the bank corner. The sun is really setting here. The crowd enjoying a spectacular couple of races at the high speed ring. Yeah, so he's just following him, but it looks like he's lost a bit of pace there actually, has Aiden. Sitting behind the Coca-Cola car. Harry's got this under control. And Peter Dongo's lost, he has a bit of a gap there now. There's Chris Bojak in 4th as well. Well, those two up front are certainly having a close battle. Let's actually go on board and see what they do through this corner. Oh, they're side by side. Aiden gonna do? What's Harry gonna do? Oh, Harry's just behind him now. So Aiden has gone through. Oh, but he gets a better exit. Oh, he's gonna take him down in this corner. Oh, if he manages to stay side by side, he's gonna have a better line through the next turn. Oh, he slides through the corner. Oh, and he's done it. He stayed ahead. Oh, it's a spectacular battle. Oh, look, Aiden Halden sitting just behind him now as they go through the last turn to start the second last lap. Oh, running very close to the wall there, Aiden Halden. I think he hit a little bit of scrapage, trying to get every single kilometre advantage that he can. Harry Ryan still has the fastest lap. Let's quickly go down the field. So Trent Fuller is still in 5th position. with Bazar just behind him. Is he going to line up a pass? These four have probably been battling the whole race as well. With Fez is lining up a pass on Stephen Shadlow there. Oh, let's see how these guys fare into the braking zone. Fezza makes the move on Bazar. It's 2 overtakes down the straight. Let's see what he can do with Trent here. Will he move up to 5th place? Oh, look at that. Stephen Shadlow's pulling the move on Bazar though. Bazar on the outside there. Oh, and not quite getting it done. These four are very close though. Then we've got Chris Turnbull there, 9th position. Chase just behind him there, chasing Chris Turnbull for 9th position. Oh, and he dives down the inside and gets the move done. Oh, was Chris Turnbull a bit wide there? Was he a bit late on the brakes? Chase has got the pass done, he's up to 9th place. And in 11th position we got, and out of the points, Andy Waite, with Jordan Crane in 12th place, and Mitchell Collin in 13th place. We unfortunately didn't catch on the cameras what happened. I did see someone spinning on the bridge. Did Mitchell Collin get involved in something? He was running in a decent position. I think it was 5th place. Yeah, he was up there with Bazar. Oh, we're hearing on the radio actually that him and Bazar did collide at the bridge, which is very unfortunate. It might be looked at by the stewards. There's also reports of wall riding as well. We're on the final lap here though, and these two have, well, they've entertained the crowd this race, haven't they? A short but sweet 10 laps. And Harry Ryan still finds himself at 1st. It's definitely not over yet. There's still half a lap to go. These two are in a hot championship battle with Aidan Halden itching ever closer every race we go to. Basically dominating since he's arrived in round 3. But Harry Ryan's putting up a fight. He won at Laguna Seca, he took advantage of Aidan Halden's mistake there. And he's really earned this win here as Harry Ryan. Oh, and Captain Muffin goes a bit wide. I think he's given up. Harry Ryan takes the win for Coca-Cola Racing and AMG Mercedes ahead of Aidan Halden for Team 53. And Peter Dongo will finish 3rd to round out the podium with car number 53. And Chris Paddock will finish 4th, a much better result for him as opposed to the last race. He'll score some much needed points there for Burger King Racing. And Fezza finished 5th, some solid points there in front of Bazar and Stephen Shadlow. And Trent Fuller crossing the line for 8th. Those four having a tight battle it seems the whole race. Jordan Crane will come in 9th position, a couple of points there for the Monster Energy squad. And Andy Wade scores a point. Andy Wade scores a point as Chris Turnbull runs out of fuel again, with Richard Collin passing him on the line. But that's a lot to take in the last lap as well, with Chase coming in 12th. Wow. So yeah, Andy Wade scoring points, Chris Turnbull in the pits, Mitchell Collin out of the points. Wow, what a race, and what a masterclass from these guys up front.
Oh, well, that is a contention for race of the season. Harry Ryan and Aidan Halden really entertaining for the fans there. What a battle for first, with Harry Ryan taking 1st position there just ahead of Aidan, who finished again just ahead of Peter Dongo. And in 4th place, Chris Padajag. It's a much better race for him there, for the Burger King Jaguar, who finishes just ahead of Fezza in the normal Jaguar racing squad there. Andy Waite finishes in 10th and finds himself scoring points ahead of Mitchell Collin, who unfortunately found himself in a collision against Bazar during the race. He finishes out of the points. Now, as it stands, Stephen Shadlow does get the point for qualifying on pole position, with Harry Ryan having the point for the fastest lap. However, the stewards are furiously debating the results at the moment, and we're going to hear very soon what they have to say about the qualifying shenanigans from some of the drivers, and also in the race, with apparent wall riding in turn 2. And here we go, straight, fresh from the steward's room. They did observe wall riding in the race. So, the following drivers have been disqualified: Bazar, Steve Shadlow, Jordan Crane and Chris Turnbull. They will score no points from the round, and Stephen Shadlow's bonus point for qualifying will not happen. He will not keep it. His qualifying time will stay, however. So let's take a look at the point standings after round 7, including the stewards review, and Harry Ryan still leads. He is 12 points ahead of Aidan Halden as we go into the final round of the season. And these two, well, it's only those two fighting for the championship at this stage, because they're well ahead of Peter Dongo in 3rd. who's fighting actually with Chris Padajak for third, because they're only 8 points between each other there. And as you go down the field, there's also battles between Solomon and Jordan. There's 8 points between them, and it's pretty close between Bazza and Trent as well for 9th and 10th. And as we look at the teams and constructors points, and well, no one's touching Team 53 at the moment. 422 points, almost 200 points ahead of Coca-Cola Racing. That's a big gap. And Hungry Jacks Racing sitting pretty there in third, ahead of Colin Racing Team and CP Motorsport. In the manufacturers standings there, you've got Chevrolet ahead of Mercedes, AMG, who are ahead of Ford, who are 5 points ahead of Jaguar. So there's a bit to play for there still for third between Ford and Jaguar, but even with double points next round between Chevrolet and Mercedes, it's a bit tight there. I think we'll have to look at the points and see if Mercedes can get first still. It's looking unlikely as we head into the final round of the season. So that wraps up round 7 of season 1 of ETGT. We'll be back for the final round at Bathurst. This will be the flagship event. There'll be double points, 120 kilometres. I think it's 20 laps at Bathurst. It's all to play for in the Drivers' Championship between Harry Ryan and Aidan Halton. Who's going to come out on top? Tune in to the next race and find out on ETGT League V8 Challenge.